And hello, everybody, and welcome to a hot and steamy Stello Stadium. I'm Tom King, along with the coach, Jason Roby, and the voice of Nashua football here at Stello Stadium with his public address announcing ability. But there's no football American style tonight. It's football soccer style, as it'll be Nashua South against Bishop Guertin. And basically, Jason Roby, these are two teams, two boys' teams, in opposite directions. Last year, I would have thought that Guertin might be able to try to close the gap this year. However, that's not the case because they're missing a couple key players due to injury, and they're 0-3 on the year and have not scored a goal, while South comes in, two-time defending champions, at 3-1.
Yeah, you stole my line there, Tom. They're playing the two-time defending champions, and it seems like, they just continue to reload. Tom Bellin, the head man for the Panthers, doing an extraordinary job. He's got a great club out here on the pitch. You spoke about Bishop Guertin. They're coming in with an 0-3 record, and their best player, Rayan Hamid, will not be playing here tonight. It's very balmy down on the field. You can see the shadows, Tom, filling the field up, but I would go as far as to say maybe 8 to 10 degrees hotter on that turf down there. So Nashua South played a game last night, by the way, beating, I believe it was Alvern 5-0. So they may have some tired legs. Coach Bellin told me, he goes, look, we're going to play our game, and if we have to sub, we sub.
I'll tell you how hot it is down there when I go down there to shoot the still pictures. But
you let us know.
I'll let you know. But you know what? The shade is there, so that's going to help it a little bit, right? Because we're at the right time. We were originally going to be doing a doubleheader here today with Nashua South girls against the BG girls in a battle of unbeatens. We were really looking forward to it. But because of the heat and a 4 o'clock start where the sun really beams down on here, they decided to move the game to September 30th at the ripe hour of 11:30 in the morning. I think I'll probably just roll out of bed and roll right down Route 3 here.
So unlike you, Tom.
I know, huh?
BG to get the first touch here in the center circle.
And I'll tell you what, Santiago Somorostro, number 9, you'll be calling his name a lot. He's the guy that makes this team go. He's the engine. And as he goes, they go. And I'm sure Tom Bellin wants to get a little from that, but that is basically the reality of it. Don't forget, people forget that Santi scored the game winner against Hanover in the penalty kicks.
And
as a sophomore.
They faced that Hanover team in their next contest to be played on the 12th, but a lot of soccer, a lot of football, non-American, as you said, got 40-minute halves here on the clock.
I'll be here for that game. That's going to be a big one.
It is indeed.
Hanover's been here once already, and they beat North, and they beat them easily. A good North team. So I don't think right now, Jason, as we start here, that South is, they're not the best team in Division I. They're one of the best, but I think Hanover's the team right now. I really do. And even Tom Bellin will tell you, Hanover and Bedford, those are the two teams that everybody's looking at.
Well, anything can happen as we know, in the game of football or soccer here as we're playing at Stello Stadium. Throw in now, reversal of field over into the middle. Good dribble, shot on goal, slow roller gobbled up there. Guertin possession inside the 12.
Juna Hantula, number 6, is another veteran on this team. I mean, this core has been together. Part of this core has been together for 3 years and has played a lot of soccer together. So it's going to be interesting to see next year what it's like without some of these guys. This is probably the pipeline, Tom Bellin hopes that pipeline keeps coming. But this is the last really major group of this dynasty, quote-unquote dynasty, that we've seen.
Well, success breeds success, and anytime you're a youngster and you have an opportunity to watch from the middle school level and
Yep, and you lose your headphones like that, you're able to do things. You're able to attract players, and that's what you want to do. An interesting thing that Tom Bellin talked about in the preseason was that in the summertime, they have are we set with Jason? No, not yet. So I'll go. The interesting thing that Tom Bellin talked about in the summertime is that, they have their captain's practices, and the kids run them. I mean, that's not unusual, but usually a coach will check in here and there. Tom Bellin stays completely away. And his words to me were, you know what? I mean, they got to hear me from September all the way through, hopefully November. And they're going to get tired of me by then. So if they hear me all summer long, that's just too much. Here's a through ball that is going to be knocked the other way as Girton will take possession. Girton's going to have to play a defensive game, Jason Roby. Stop playing with these toys.
You know, it's funny. That's one way to keep me quiet, Tom, is to sabotage my headphones.
Don't step on your cord.
The cord is so long here.
It's fantastic. Gave you my headset.
You did. Well, Tim O'Neill,
you could be next to the air conditioner.
and
because I'm going outside when I come back.
Tom is I'm
a team player,
taking care of me, and I greatly appreciate that. Girton.
If you were Collins, I'd say forget it.
Well, Big hello to John Collins, not with us here today, but I'm sure we'll see him.
We'll see him
very soon.
We'll see him.
That ball is cleared into the south, and it's gobbled up there. BG has an opportunity here.
Here we go. Look at this. It's onside.
Shot goes wide.
Yeah, but a nice defensive play to get back there.
Good opening bid there for BG as number 16, Trenton Cormier, was onside, a nice pass down the left flank, and it was defended late. But Bishop Girton, someone forgot to tell them that, this was supposed to be a cakewalk for Nashua South. They're out there, and you have to wonder, Tom, we talked about this a little bit at the beginning. This Nashua South team was on the pitch last night, a 5-0 victory over Alvern. I know it was on the scoreboard, it was easy, but this heat will do a number on your legs. And Coach Bellin said, look, we're going to go to the bench if we have to keep guys fresh.
I'm sure he went to the bench a lot last night.
I'm sure he did. Corner upcoming here, and taking it for the Cardinals is number 5, Matt Keller. And Keller going to try to put this thing and try to bend it towards the goal as Girton gets set up. And here comes the corner into the front of the goal mouth, is headed out and cleared. Girton trying to keep control. They can't. And off to the left side it goes.
Might have been Somorostro who headed that ball out. Couldn't see the number right from here.
Somorostro, the maestro.
Yeah. Good play by Nashua South. Girton's got to take advantage of that. They've got to be able to get out there. They're missing Rayan Hamid, their leading scorer, 20 goals a year ago, right? And he was their offense. And they don't have a backup right now, evidently. They have not been able to, reproduce his scoring. And that has hurt them as they have not scored a goal in 3 losses.
That was great hustle there by Somorostro down the right side as he beat Liam Ireland and was able to disrupt it enough, and South keeps possession.
Somorostro beat these guys last year. They were really putting a lot of pressure on BG. Did a smart play at one point during the game where he didn't have to wait because the Cardinals were positioned at the proper yardage, so he didn't have to wait for the referee to blow the whistle. He was able to go right away, and he just booted it right in.
Yeah.
And Girton was not aware of what the rule was, and so that was the case.
Yeah, you have to know the rules.
Yeah, and that was a surprise. I don't think Tyler Vandervetter really agreed with it, but that's what happened. And he did a good job as a coach last year. I mean, Girton went 8, and Girton went 8-7.
Sure.
And they had barely been able to win 3 games on average over the last 3, 4, 5 years. So he did a great job and got them into postseason play. The only other time they'd been in that was the COVID year, and where everybody made it. So it's baby steps for them, but I think that they were wishing that they had taken a bigger step now. And of course, there's still plenty of soccer left to be played, but they're going to have to take advantage of some of their opportunities against some of the other teams.
So in the early going, the game really being played on south side of the field here as Girton continues to press on. However, battle a 50-50 ball there, and it is taken by Girton. And it seems like for every one Girton player, there's 2 or 3 purple jerseys. So
well, that's the difference. Girton is really playing back, Jason, to try to play defense and pack it in a little bit,
yeah,
and then take advantage of maybe the opportunity that they got earlier with the rush down the field
take a run,
and the
you play
corner.
outsides.
Right, you play that way. And that's their I mean, if they try to match South man for man, offense for offense, it'll be a 8-0 game. They can't get away with that. So the way they have to do is play it tight.
Goes a little long, so it'll be Bishop Guertin possession. The game played in triangles. If you've never watched the game of soccer before, you can see many triangles all over the field, and we always tell the kids sometimes you have to go backwards before you go forward. So you'll see a lot of field reversal, and then you'll also see, because the goal mouth is so large, you'll see that the key pass is always the one on the backside, the back post.
I look out there, I see octagons. I never see triangles.
You never struck me as a geometry kind of guy.
I got an A in geometry, my friend. I was a year ahead in math in high school.
Look at that.
How about that, huh?
Maybe you should have stuck with it.
That's what everybody told me. They said, what are you doing this for? What are you going into journalism for? You should be a math guy. I said, I hated it. Just learned it to pass it or to get good grades in it.
South with possession now, losing it briefly, but back up the right side, and they'll gain control. Nice little tackle there, but South able to keep possession. So Marostro will pass it backwards. South will reverse the field, going left to right on your dial.
And I'll reverse my field and head downstairs. Jason Roby, I'll be back before the end of the first half.
Listen, you stay hydrated, young man. Have your sunblock on and take care of yourself.
Yeah, I'm in the shade. I don't think I need the sunblock.
All right.
That's all right. Water would be a good idea.
Famous last words.
Water, but the TV, ETV production team didn't provide me with
it. So that's all right. Wasn't in the budget. All right, Tom King is going to go down and do his thing, and we will continue here. 30 minutes, 26 seconds go in the first half as the ball is cleared in, and it gets behind the goaltender. He had to go through his hands. I think it's going to go off Guertin and potentially set up a corner for Nashua South, and it does. Very fortunate there was Bo Buffner, the goalie. The goalkeeper for Bishop Guertin, he had it in his hands, and they wear those Tactify gloves that went right through. So there'll be a corner upcoming here for the Panthers. Could have ended a lot worse in the back of the net. They'll have to make it work, because it looks like it's going to be a first touch over to Sommerostro, and he'll clear it back. A little give-and-go action there as the ball is kicked in, and it will go out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Cardinals. So some early pressure here for Nashua South. Both teams kind of feeling each other out a little bit in the early going. As Tom mentioned, a Bishop Guertin team that is 0-3 on the young season. They have yet to score a goal. They had a pretty good bid there in the opening moments of this game. And not sure what's happening there. Maybe, here we go. Here comes the goal kick. And the shade is now covered pretty much the entire field, is falling on that kick. It was Bishop Guertin. That ball will go off of a purple jersey. It looked like it could have been Marcel Perry. So Guertin with the throw-in. Both the teams are on the opposite sideline today, because in the early going of this one, the sun was over here. So good management by both managers of the team. Guertin able to clear the zone, and South will have to regroup. And again, backwards to go forwards. And they'll reverse field. This one coming over. Geronimo cleared it over. And now making a bid, a nice left hand, and it was a good bid. It was on sides, and it was a good looking play as Steve Long kind of cleared it across the way, and it just skipped through, and it could be a 1-0 game, but that's the way it goes sometimes. You miss those opportunities and you keep things close, and that is what Bishop Guertin's been able to do. A couple of nice scoring chances there for South, nothing to show for it. Two-hand overhead throw in, and it's a good one. And Guertin came away with possession, but South battles back and able to get the ball. And now they'll reverse it all the way back. Geronimo now will reverse it over to the near side. That was Olsen. He cleared it down the side. It was intended and battled for by Long. Panthers will regroup once again. They are pressing. They are forward in their 4-3-3 lineup. And now a race to the corner. And it looks like South was able to get there first. Perry, he was marked up by 2 Cardinals, so they'll reverse the field. They have a nice opportunity here. Shot on goal, and it was bending a little bit towards the far post, and it looked like it fooled the goalkeeper for a split second. Not sure if we got a finger on that, but it went wide. So BG fortunate enough to come away there. That could have been a quick goal as well, and it set up really nice for South. They had a couple of clear lanes to either pass or shoot, and the shot was just wide of the mark. So it'll be a goal kick for the Cardinals. That one is sent to about the 50 in a battle there, and a good one. But again, for every 1 Cardinal jersey, you saw 3 Panther jerseys, so it looks like the Cards content to just try to D up and keep this game as tight as possible. And not a bad thought, as that one is kicked into the sideline. So a throw-in forthcoming. Panthers will look to reverse the field. A nice job finding the open man down the left side. We'll see if he tries to clear it across the other way. He does, and a one-timer, and what a save! It was a beautiful crossing pass in towards the goalkeeper, and a great opportunity there for Steve Long. And the goalkeeper for the Cardinals, Bo Bowder, was up for the challenge, getting a piece of it. Here comes the corner from South. Another opportunity. The header gets knocked around between a couple of players. And it looked like James Guidry was in there for the Cardinals. And it went off of a Panther, so it'll be another goal kick. So the Panthers in the last 3 or 4 minutes here threatening with nothing to show for it. And now they gain control again. We'll see what they can dial up. Nice pass across the way down the right side. They will come. Good control. That was Barry and Perry. And that shot will go wide as well, as it was about 5 or 6 yards, taken from about 15 yards out or so. And it was a good opportunity. It went by the boards. Ethan Schneier had a good look at it, so they're going far post. There was nobody there to kind of bang it home on the kick. So, yet again, another Girton goal kick. 24:35 to go here in the first half. Running time. And a good battle there. Back and forth we go. And possession is 9/10 of the law, and in soccer it's the same thing. You want to keep possession of that ball and set up your best possible play. Down comes Schneier, and he got it across, and he was looking back post, and it would have been an onside opportunity, because a step back behind it was Steve Long, so he couldn't get there. It goes out of bounds, and here we are again, yet another Bishop Girton goal kick. Let's see if they try to change up their strategy, because every time they kick it long, they lose that possession. But again, you only it looked like they did just that, and they come away with it. So maybe that's the key. But once again, South with the numbers, able to come away with possession. Let's see what they set up now. Play is onside. Sommerostro now down the right side. He'll look for a crosser. He has one, but it was a little bit behind. It was a good opportunity. Panthers still keep possession, but that pass from Sommerostro across the goal mouth had an opportunity, but it was a little bit behind the incoming player. Would have been onside. Battle here is won by the Purple Panthers, and they will run down the left. And Girton content to just kick it out of bounds, fall back, and play defense. So the throw in to come from just next to the Bishop Girton bench. And we'll keep an eye on the fatigue factor here and see if both coaches are quick to go to their bench today. As Tom mentioned, the girls' game was postponed. It was a 4 o'clock start, but it was just too hot, and the air on the side of caution is now Girton on a run, but it was basically 6 purple jerseys surrounding the one Girton jersey. someone's got to make a call here. Don't know who that went off of. Apparently it went off of a Panther because Bo was able to gobble it up and throw it back into play. Girton now clears it back across the field. Panthers going to make another bid going left to right on your dial, and they have an opportunity. It went out of bounds as it looked like Marcel Perry had a shot at it. They're saying it went off of Bishop Girton, so once again, here come the Purple Panthers. And I would say the last 10 minutes or so, this game has been played in Bishop Girton's end. In the corner now, Olsen. And he'll hit it to the far side, looking for a header, just a bit out of the reach. It was a good opportunity, but just a little too high on that header opportunity as from the outside, and it goes out of bounds, and I think it's going to be a south corner as it went off of a Girton foot, and it is in fact the case. Marcel Perry to do the honors from the far side, and they'll back it up. Another shot goes wide and outside, so now they're just trying to put whatever they can on net. Not sure if there are frustrations from the standpoint of Girton packing it in on defense and backing most of their players up to defend, and they're giving up that shot from 25 yards or so. So another goal kick. 20:45 to go here in the first half. We are still scoreless. And a nice job, and it was a good look. It was intended for Trenton Cormier, but it went out of bounds, so another throw in. We have a whistle. Looks like we have maybe a couple of subs warming up, and what this could be here as the clock is stopped, and my guess is it's going to be a mandatory water break, and a good job by the official. Safety first, get these kids some water so that they can get out there and compete. As we mentioned, it was 90-plus degrees here today, and down on the field, probably a good 10 to 12 degrees hotter, if I had to guess, at the hottest point. The sun starting to fade behind the trees, but that heat is still on that Stellos turf. And I remember when the field was first opened way back when, and we had double sessions, when double sessions were still a thing on this very field. And I remember my feet, as a coach, my feet were absolutely burning. And so you have to believe that these guys, again, they're sitting in the shade, they're getting plenty of water, making sure that they're taking care of the hydration piece of this. And a nice move by both coaches and the officials to make these mandatory water stops. So we'll take a look at what the schedules have looked like so far. We'll start with Girton. They are 0-3. They dropped a 5-0 decision to Goffstown, were blanked by Concord 6-0, and lost a close one 1-0 to Keene. And they will next play at Pinkerton, a Pinkerton team that, by the way, right now is 3-0. So it would go a long way to kind of play tough in this one, and who knows, maybe even squeak out a victory. Meanwhile, Nashua South is 3-1, and they've got a couple of tough ones on the horizon. A Hanover team that's 3-1, and I'm sure they're not looking past this Girton team, but they've got a difficult couple of games coming up. Manchester Central as well. So I'm sure that Coach Bellin has his guys focused for this one. It is a city game, a city rivalry between Girton and South. And that ball is thrown in. Possession goes to the Panthers. Nice pass there, and good work, and a nice move, and a scoring bid going far side. Again, nobody there, but that was a good look at a shot on goal by Revan Olsen. And there was a fire tail behind that one. So, good job of interior passing, staying on side, finding the open man. Olsen making a nice move and just went too far wide, resulting in another goal kick for the Cardinals. We're under 20 minutes to go here in the first half. Halfway through. And possession goes to the Panthers, and they will set up shop on their end of the field. They reverse it. Up the left side they come. Nice job of passing. We'll see if they reverse it again, and they do. They just keep this Girton team moving laterally as they advance the ball. Possession now goes back to the Panthers, and that's Olsen. And a nice give and go there between Olsen and Long, but they'll have to regroup and start again. So it'll come back here, the opposite side of the 50. So Rostro now. He'll dribble through. Reverse it back. Nice job of the Panthers setting it up. Trying to find that open lane, and just a little too much mustard on that hot dog, but the Panthers again come away with it. In the skill level, we get our first whistle, our first foul. We'll see how it is addressed here. And so it is going to be a Panther possession on the kick. And we're looking to see how Girton is going to set up on this one, and the official comes in to back them up. So they'll set up their wall. And we are just about ready. We'll see how this one plays out. It'll be a mad dash here on this kick. That one rifled into the woods in the back of the scoreboard. It was a good look. It was a straight heater that missed its mark. So once again, South getting some pretty good looks on that first foul call especially. But again, another goal kick for Bishop Girton. See if they can at some point try to keep possession and force the issue going the other way. They do not. Wasn't sure if we were going to get a handball there, but Long lost it. And now the Cards will once again run, but possession taken. And BG content to just kind of clear it and fall back. There'll be a little pressure on ball here by Max DeRosa. Also providing some pressures, Liam Kalane, but not enough as the Panthers just force the issue and once again come down that left side. They'll cross it. Good possession there. Keeping control of it was Esposito. He lost it, but once again, South coming up with the ball. They'll give it away there. And what you're starting to see here is if you watch the defense of Nashua South, those back defensive players, they start creeping up a little bit, and you never know what can happen. A little pseudo bicycle kick there is gathered up, a battle down the far side. That 50-50 will come away, and it'll be a Girton possession. It'll slide, and I think it's going to go off of, I don't know if they say it's going to go off of a Girton cleat, so we'll get another corner here for Nashua South. See if he can bend this one towards the goal, what they have dialed in. Here it comes. It is slicing, but a little too far, and a good opportunity there. And it looked like it was Olsen that had a chance, but just kind of ricocheted off and to the right. Olsen now again with possession, looking for a call. They're going to say it went off of the Cardinals. They can't believe it. And we'll have some substitutions here for both teams. And a good move by these coaches to get their kids some much needed rest with 15 and a half to go in the first half. Here's your corner and a good attempt. Nobody was there for the Panthers, and it was a good defensive play to head that thing back out of bounds. And so that will result in another Panther corner. This time they keep it down, try to get the one-timer off the corner, and back the other way comes Girton. And this time they force the issue a little bit, but they'll lose possession. Nice move there by Jawarka. And down the right side comes along in the Panthers. Lose it out of bounds as Jeffrey Zoe on the tackle. So another corner for the Panthers. And you can't give them too many corners. Eventually they're going to make you pay. It's too talented a team to keep giving up all of these corners. That one goes to the far side. There was an opportunity there. And back the other way with that long rebound comes the Cardinals, and they are content to just clear it back and give possession back to the Panthers. They want nothing to do with controlling the ball and try to set something up. And thus far, they're fortunate enough that the Panthers have nothing to show for it. Bufter comes away with it and battled for inside South territory. Girton comes back with possession. So the game within the game, maybe trying to get South to get a little bit frustrated and force the issue, could open things up for the Cardinals. You have to believe that that could be the mindset, as Long working against 3 white jerseys. And again, Girton will just clear it out of play. And running all the way back to gather it in is Olsen. And he'll work it back to Dwarka. They'll try to reverse the field. They'll come back this way. Olsen again now, trying to get Girton out of position. And now for the first time in a while, they were looking for a handball there. It was not called. Interesting little string of events there. Coming back away with possession is Nashua South. Into the middle, little one-time touch there. Couldn't connect. It was a good look, looking for Marcel Perry through the middle. They couldn't keep it under control. And now Girton again, just content to clear it. That was Liam Collane, and he had a chance to maybe gather it in and look for something, but just content to clear it back and make the Panthers have to go more than half the field to get some offense generated. Two-hand overhead throw in forthcoming. And a nice one down the side. Good defense there by the Cardinals. 3 headers in a row, and coming back away with it are the Panthers. Now they have possession. We'll see. Back down the left side. Play is onside down the left flank. We'll see if they try to clear it. It's going to be another corner as that one went off of Bishop Girton. So from the far side, we're going to get another Panther corner. We're inside of 12 minutes now to go in the first half. And if you're a little surprised that the score is 0-0 here, it comes down to the Cardinals just game planning and what they've kind of settled on here. Panthers had a couple of opportunities early on, but the mindset is punt it, make the other team attack from three-quarter field. And so the Panthers will start to do just that. Olsen now on the right side. Nice little nifty move there. Keeps control. Here comes the crosser. Backside post and an attempt at a header there. And it was a good look. And I think I saw it last minute. It looked like Ethan Schneier that had an opportunity there. Couldn't get it to go. But a nice pass into the middle. Panthers came away empty-handed there. And again, Girton will clear it, gathered up at midfield. They'll start possession once again. Here's Olsen. A little battle going on. We get a call. That was Alex Haight. Looks like he was doing battle there with Angel Plumacedio. And as a result, Panthers come away with possession. Olsen now. Cross field. And again, Nashua South will regroup, going left to right. Baraka now, got it back over. Olsen in the corner, we've said his name a lot. Samarastro, nice move there. We'll see if he tries to reverse field, backwards to go forwards, and they do just that. Getting Girton moving laterally, quite a bit here actually. Nice move there. Some nifty moves by Dwaraka. Now to the far side. And a run into the corner just a little too hard, and it'll be another goal kick for the Cardinals. 9:36 to go here in the first half. A scoreless first half. The 3-1 Purple Panthers taking on the 0-3 Bishop Guertin Cardinals, but been a game of schemes and game planning. And we are at a stalemate. Now, back the other way come the Panthers. Some good ball movement down the middle of the field. They've done some real good movement up and down the outside on the flanks, but now pressing the issue from the middle of the field, they get Guertin to kind of collapse in, and that could open up some outside lanes. We'll see how it works out. That shot blistered, and again, outside, just to the left, or to the right of the goal keep, and another goal kick forthcoming for Guertin. And you almost kind of knew this being your game plan. You were going to give up some long shots to South by packing it in, but you wonder if frustration starts to set in when the game plan is not working in your favor. Possession once again, and the Panthers have really controlled possession here in the first half of this game. They've just had possession of the ball most of the time. And we'll get a call here against the Cardinals, so it's going to be Olsen to do the honors. And he will give way to Santi Samarastra. And that one has a chance and a header on the far post, and another opportunity from just outside the box from about 12 yards away. So an opportunity there, another one for South, and we'll get a goal kick here. A little battle for it. And a good battle down the right side, and trying to keep possession was Angel Pluma Cedillo, and he lost. There was a nice little matchup going down the right side. Looked like he was doing battle with Jeffrey Zhao, and possession started with the Cards, but it'll go back to Samarastro on the throw-in. Nice little one-touch. Samarastro clears it across, but it's bending away from the goal. So the Panthers, and there was a little miscommunication there, and that could have ended a lot worse than it did. So backwards to go forwards. Back come the Panthers. Duarca now gets it over to Olsen. Olsen looking for somebody, but that's going to find its way into the goalkeeper's hands. 6.5 now to go here in the first half.
Jason, it's a very quiet Nashville South team out there. Not a lot of communication going on, talking between the two of them.
Well, you know, we were talking a little bit about game planning, and this is a game plan that really, I mean, Guertin has followed through on that plan. And you mentioned earlier, we're falling back on defense. We're going to give up some of those long outside shots and hope they don't go in. And so far, they're not. And almost a handball there. Goes back to the goalkeeper, and that's the first time
they're fortunate.
in a while.
They're fortunate. They've allowed 9 corners.
Well, we said that too.
That's
there were
just
a lot
very
of corners.
fortunate. But in a couple of those corners, I hate that strategy in soccer where you just pass it in.
Yeah,
There've been a couple of them. Take the shot, put it in the box.
Well, especially when your skill level is so high.
Yes, exactly.
You have a lot of skill on the field. And
right.
expect
You got a clean shot at the box. Take it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be interesting right here. The goalie's out.
Oh, a header, and it'll go to the left of the goal.
And if that had, with the goalie out, with him being very aggressive, which is not a bad play, and he comes out. But if that ball had just been more on target, it would have trickled in for a goal.
Well, the thing is when you come out of the net, you take away the angle. It's like a goaltender in hockey, but it's magnified because the goal is so big. But when you move away from the net, especially from the side, it closes that angle down.
Yeah, but he felt the need to do that for some reason. Maybe because he felt that his defender on that side was just not going to be able to make that play. So, and 2 against 1 was better. They're lucky.
Well, the Panthers have controlled possession here, Tom. No doubt about it.
I mean, it's a shooting gallery. It is a shooting gallery.
You have to wonder at some point if the Panthers don't get frustrated. You've seen the back line start to creep up a little bit, and you have to wonder at some point if Guertin tries to get behind that defense, but I think they are content to try to go into this thing. Look, and you said it too. You have that many corners and nothing to show for it.
Something's got to break. You know, you figure something's got to break.
But if you're Girton, you're playing
right
on house money. Nope. What do you care?
Right. That's all. Girton doesn't care. The pressure's all on South.
This is a game plan that's working beautifully.
You can hear Tyler Vandervetter from up here, and I can hear him down there. He's very happy with what his defense is doing.
Tom, they are content to get possession right around that area and just clear it and fall back. And, And so far, it works for you. And what happens when something like that takes place is you start to get confidence, right?
Yep.
You start to feel pretty good about what you're doing.
Well,
I don't.
Not there.
I don't know if that went off of a BG head.
That just did. It looked like it was a play for South to go in and make a move on it.
So again, you see, now Girton's starting to creep up a little bit, Tom, and here we go.
Here we go, right here.
You had an opportunity there. You kind of lulled.
And they still have an opportunity. Possession.
But look at the numbers, Tom. For the first time, you're seeing
3 on 4. So maybe, but they didn't bring everybody.
Not everybody, but they're trying to catch them. They're trying to catch them and lull them in, and they had an opportunity there.
So I can report on the temperature down there.
Go for it.
It ain't the heat; it's the humidity.
Okay.
It is very muggy down on the field.
That's just gross.
Yep.
Tom, I can't think of a better place for you than down there.
I know, exactly. Right.
That ball is headed out. And
that's all right, Jason. When I'm done, I'll just go home and splash.
Listen, my pool, I haven't closed my pool yet either, buddy.
Don't do it.
No.
Mine's not closed until like the middle of September, the 20th of September.
Now, do you heat your pool?
No.
Okay.
But I can go in the cold water.
Yep.
Once the temperature dips below 50, 55, here's another through ball. And a header, and a nice save.
And he had a fantastic save, by the way.
Yeah, that was Juna and Tula with the header and another fantastic save. He's got a couple of them of that quality in this game and a couple of them that he's just missed on, but they've been wide.
Well, Tom, I think that as I've been watching this game, what I've noticed is you need a few things to happen in order for you to be successful. You got to be a little lucky. You have to have some things bounce your way. You have to have your players that you need to play big, and their goalkeep thus far has been doing it. And you need to believe when you get in the later stages thing. We're 2 minutes to go in the first half, and we are knotted at 0 here.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that,
But it all, the game plan and the ball's not rolling your way yet. Olsen now down the right side. Play is onside. They have an opportunity to get to it. It's good hustle. Losing his footing there was Plumas Adio, and Girton will come away. And what do? They'll just clear it out.
And he's been battling down there the whole time in that corner. He's been trying to get free.
We'll see if they reverse
it here.
They do.
They move Santiago, who's technically a midfielder. They move him all around.
Yeah.
Try to free him up. But they also want to let the other players get free. Tom Bellin yelled over. He thought that they were standing around a little too much and they needed to run.
This is Lopez now. He's got nobody in front of him. He'll take it and put a shot on net. Backside post, nobody there. Had an opportunity. I think it was Hall, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, he couldn't corral it. The ball was just beyond him. And they get the call, so there's no corners, so now they have to inbound it. And South will have to be on defense now for this moment with, under 2 to go. I'd say there's probably about a minute and a half.
And I'd say that was Adrian Rogatz down there on the far side. So, they're not corralling that ball. It's the headers are an inch too high or a foot too wide or the passes behind them. And these are the things that are going Girton's way. You have to wonder if they'll continue to go their way in the second half.
Got another player in the box, double teamed, and now they give away the ball, which really has Tom Bellin just shaking his head. Did not like that play at all. I just think, I don't know, I know that soccer is a very technical game, Jason, and look for the open player and do all sorts of things, move the ball back, move it forward, and say, you got a chance to kick it into the goal mouth, do it. And they had a chance right there with Santiago. Put it on net. Make the goalie make a play. Make your player be there for the rebound.
And Tom,
now we're at halftime and it's scoreless.
Look at the difference of the two benches. That whistle blue to signify halftime. The Girton kids jumping off the bench,
Yep.
clapping
South
their
kids.
hands, and South kids are just sitting there almost stunned, dazed, look exhausted. I don't know what it is. I think it's a matter of frustration. And I say again, you wait for your moment, and the right moment will come. We saw glimpses of it there at the end of the first half where Girton started to press the issue just a little bit, and they almost had a free run in there.
I don't want to let the facts get in the way of a good comment, but the reason the Girton kids jumped off the
You've never been
bench,
accused of that.
the reason I'll tell you a good story in a second. The reason the Girton kids jumped off the bench, they're coming into the tunnel. That's why they got to walk all the way across the field. The South kids are right over there, left right in front of their bench. That's why.
But the reaction was they were clapping.
Oh, they
and
were
they were
clapping.
excited
They were
for
happy.
their teammates
Right.
because it's 0-0 against the two-time defending state champs, a team that promises to be in the mix yet again this year in some capacity, and a team that has not won a game all year. You
Not
wouldn't
only
know
that,
it by
haven't
watching
scored
this.
a goal.
They
So.
haven't scored a goal, but
All right, we'll be back with the second half. No halftime band, sorry.
Tom,
We'll be
you gotta
back
go
with
out there and sing.
I should, I know it. We'll be back with the second half in just a few.
back to Stello Stadium, everybody. The sun has faded behind the trees. The lights are on. We are at 0-0. Nashua South and the Bishop Girton Cardinals locked up in a good one here. Jason Roby along with Tom King on the action here. His first touching goes to Nashua South, and they're going to press the issue. And their pressure is applied early on. Nice possession here. Shot goes high and wide over through the goalpost. It was a good look on that first possession. It looked like South came out possessed as Juna Hantula had a good look at it. And it will be another goal kick. And taking that goal kick will not be the goaltender. It will be one of the other players for Girton, probably a stronger leg potentially. So, Tom, we saw a great first half, and as you get all your notes and everything together here, and looks like Girton now content to once again fall back on defense. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So the Panthers will kind of press their back players forward and take some runs at it here. And as Tom mentioned, put that thing on goal, and the Panthers are trying to do just that in the early going here of the second half. Control once again goes to the Panthers, but it is cleared, and the Panthers will set up shop back around the 30-yard line, and they're back coming across midfield.
Pete Johnson. If your neck was stiff looking to the right, you get a break because now you'd be looking to the left.
So back the other way come the Panthers. There's good movement there by Lopez on line, and
I don't know if that would have gone in. Not sure.
But Tom, to your point, they're putting the ball on net and hoping for something to happen.
Well, you know what you need is you need a rebound. You need someone there to be opportunistic and follow the play.
Now the Panthers once again will try to force the issue as Lopez comes down the left side, but a little too much mustard on that hot dog as it's kicked out of bounds.
Lopez isn't happy with himself. He knew that there was a break that there was an opportunity for, and he didn't take advantage of it. So, and Girton, you got to give Girton credit. I mean,
absolutely.
They're playing a good defensive game.
And the game plan is spot on, Tom. They're doing what they need to do to keep this thing close, and they're getting some lucky breaks, no question about it. And the ball's a little offline, but hey, that's the game.
And Bo Bowder, he was really under siege in last year's contest with these guys, and
Bowder's made a couple of good saves here tonight, Tom.
He's got 4 of them, and I think they're all pretty legitimate saves.
Down the right side it goes now, trying to run it down, but can't.
Too far.
It's going to end in another goal kick.
Seem to connect.
So another goal kick forthcoming for Bishop Girton. And it looks like Logan Lowney will do the honors, I believe.
Now, Liam Ireland has been doing a lot of it. Let's see who it is. It's not going to be Ireland as he's walking up by the 10-yard line.
I think it's Lowney.
Yep,
14 it is.
Yep. It's either been 14 or 4 doing the goal kicks. And that may be to save the goalie in this heat, too. You know what?
Yeah. Well, you mentioned, Tom, a little more muggy than it is now down there than it is hot.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, it's not hot because it's all shaded, right?
Right.
Because it's muggy. Now, here's an open player right here.
We'll see if we get a cross, but nobody's on the other side. A header through the middle of the field and can't connect just a little too high. It was a good look for Somarastro, just out of his reach. A nice crossing pass there from the right flank.
Yeah, but you know what, Jason? Take the shot. You've got the open shot. Take it. You want to make the pretty play. I understand that. You want to get it to your star. I get that. Take the shot.
Somarastro,
the star will be there.
Crosser and a nice job defensively to cut down that angle.
Yep, he had nowhere to go with it. But again, you're open on that side. Take the shot if you can and get it as close to that goal mouth as possible. That's how I look at it.
I like the pass to my best guy in the middle.
I know. I just think that you've been so a lot of your shots have not been right on goal, right?
I think if that ball is an inch or two lower, that thing's in the back of the net.
Yep. Yeah, maybe. Oh, here's a chance.
Plays on side. We'll see if he can gather it, control it, and cross it. They'll work backwards. There's the crossing pass, and an interesting one. 2 players hit the deck, and a nice clear there.
And it's going to go.
Get another whistle.
I don't know which way they're going to go. 2 players hit the deck, so it's got to go one way. It's going to go south way.
That's an interesting call because that clear came after both players were down. It seemed like a delayed whistle, and it looks like it's going to go. The foul is going to go against Girton.
It is.
So South with another opportunity here to put this ball in the back of the net. Sommerostro to do the honors. Lofts one, backside post, up and over the top of the goal mouth. And that was the best look.
Best opportunity they've had all game. A perfect chip shot by Sommerostro. Get the ball up to your man. Just headed over the bar.
And that ball has, surprisingly, Tom, with the heat and humidity, the ball has carried a little bit more tonight.
It has. But you know what? A header there, you've got to have it down. You've got to head it down, not up.
Well, that's what I mean. If that ball is a little lower on the head, it's not going up.
Right.
But nice
There's
pass
another
here,
chance right
sides,
here.
Crosser coming. Nobody home on the backside, and the ball just rolled across
Bowder
the goal
did
mouth.
it. Bowder was very opportunistic. He saw the ball roll. He said, this is my chance to grab it, and he did. Great play by Bowder.
And he has made several saves here this evening that have kept his Girton team in it. South has had some good looks. Nice tackle there. I believe that was Ireland.
Their offense is more on track in this half. You know, because I think they're fresh, and B, you know, I'm sure they were, went over some strategy at halftime.
Well, strategy and maybe a little bit of a wake-up call. You know, sometimes, remember, they're high school kids, and sometimes there needs to be a redirect, no pun intended. All right, the ball is gathered up there by South. They'll reverse things, come back the other way down the left-hand side. Not enough on that one as the ball is stolen. And once again, the Cardinals content to just clear the ball as James Guidry just kicked it into
If they clear the ball, what happens?
South territory.
What happens? Seconds tick off, and
that's it.
And then you get a South team that's desperate to start to make something happen, so they have a long through ball rather than work their way down the field.
And they've been in no hurry to get those goal kicks in play, letting more time run off.
Oh, yeah, no, exactly. And the ref knows it, too. Yep. He knows. You know.
But really not much extra time. I don't think any extra time put back on the clock in that first half. So
the irony, last year's game, I think Girton with a strong start.
Watch your left side, Tom. Watch your left side. He's got a streaker down the left. Let's see if they cross it. You think he went the wrong way with it, but
yeah, and Lopez was right. Was that Lopez? I think that was right there. Yeah, Leo Lopez was right there to make that play.
But on the far side, they had a streaking player that was unmarked and on sides, and they missed him. I think it was Trenton Cormier.
Didn't see him too far away.
It was Cormier.
Yep, didn't see him.
And now the Panthers have gone to this play many times, starting on sides, kicking it deep, running it down into the corner. We're going to get another corner kick here.
Yeah, he's pointing that way. This is number 12.
12 corner kicks, a couple of good opportunities, nothing put on goal. They do finally put on goal. Bent in there and coming back away with it.
And again, was that a corner or just a, I don't know if that was
I don't know if it was a corner or just
I think it was a corner.
No, I think it was a corner, and they gave it to a different player as
that's what I was talking about before, the corner kicks. Yep. You're going to get a corner, set it up, get your ball down there. Get it into the goal mouth.
Bowder again with a diving save to his left, and he'll punt it into play. Down the left side it goes. It'll go out of bounds.
The irony, as I was saying, is Girton had a better team last year, but played a worse game against South. Now this year they're not as good without Rayan and without Hamid, and they're playing a better game against South.
Well, sometimes, when your back's against the wall, you don't have your best player. That can change the way you play the game, and this is a game plan that up to this point with 31 minutes and 15 seconds to go in regulation, it's worked out for Girton.
Yeah,
it could just as easily, Tom, be 4-0.
Yeah.
So, good for these Girton kids. They know what their limitations are, and once again, a goal kick, but you see how slow it is getting that ball in play. So very methodical, and you know what? Push the envelope. See what you can get away with.
That's it. Referee already said one thing to them.
Possession once again going to the Panthers.
I would imagine if he calls it again, if he calls a delay, it would be a yellow.
Well, a yellow and
team yellow.
Yeah, potentially.
Let's see. Here's a play.
And that's been the area over there as battling.
That side, yeah, the right wing side.
Yep,
and it was that side here as well in the first half.
And that's Jeffrey Zhao or Zhu. I want to make sure I'm saying that right.
So you've got another corner kick as they're all lined up in the box.
And look, they're marking the far side now. Here comes
it's
bending
corner.
back
That's
in,
a good
and there
one.
It is up. And another save, but that was a great look and a great hitter. Just
Bowder hit it
twice.
twice.
Yep.
Bowder hit it twice. Wow.
So Bowder clears it. And back the other way now. And there it is on the backside. Play onside. He can't run it down just quite. It was Cormier. And that's pretty much the deepest penetration we've seen here since the early going of the first half of this Cardinal team. But they'll lose possession. And once again, Panthers forced to go three-quarter field all the way towards the goal. They have the skill and they have the players to be able to do it. It's just a matter of, instead of having to go 25, 30 yards, they have to go 70, 75 yards. Panthers now reversing field. Ball comes over to our side. And going out of bounds. That was Leonel Lopez losing control. So throw in for the Cardinals. 28 minutes and 56 seconds to go in regulation here. We are tied at 0. Locked up in a scoreless duel as they had something. They had something brewing.
Going.
And there it is. Went between the legs, but just a little too far. And I don't think Long had the legs to get after that one.
They were looking for Steve Long on that side.
Well, look, Tom, the game plan is simple, right? You get it down the sides and you try to clear it in the middle and get something brewing in the middle there, or a backside post. And it just
in the first half, they were doing a lot of things in the middle of the field, South was. A lot of things around the 25, in the middle, the 20, the 15, and it wasn't working that way. So this half, they're going the other way, although right here is in the middle and almost.
Nice touch pass there, but just a little too long. There's a lucky fan.
Yep.
So again, Cards are content to clear and fall back and play defense. Summer Ostro now. Can't quite get control, but they end up coming away with it. Shot from way outside, blocked in front. It was a good bid. We get a call there. Yep. That was Schneier that took a shot from distance.
Calls
about
on
15 yards away.
Calls on Hantula, forcing his way to the ball. I don't know what.
Maybe a little too aggressive for
maybe on his kick, but
liking.
You know what? He's got a right to the ball in my mind. So I'm very impressed with how Girton is staying composed.
They're sticking to their game plan, and why wouldn't you? And a chance here, but can't come away with possession. But again, they're starting to creep forward just a little bit more than they have in the first half of this game.
Question is, we're all thinking, okay, if Girton creeps forward, it gives them a better chance offensively. But you know what? The opposite is true. It hurts them on the other end.
But
so
you know, sometime I just looked and look back this way. You have 4 white shirts to 2 purple.
Yeah.
And now 5. The Panthers are on the run, so even though they were pressing the issue, they were still keeping guys marked up back here. And it was Summer Ostro was marked up by 2, and it looked like I think it was Long that was marked up by 2 players as well. So they were falling back, even though they were pressing with a few of their guys.
Great job by Tyler Vandervetter in terms of getting this situation, keeping it the way it is and having his team buy into a game plan that they probably said, oh, really? We're going to do that? And that's what you're going to do. So good job by them.
That ball now goes deep, losing possession. Nice pass across the middle. Got a chance from distance, up and over, and another bid goes high.
Another high shot, another missed shot. The game is full of them.
So another opportunity goes by the boards or over the goal, if you will, and it'll be another goal kick. Oh, no, it's a corner, excuse me.
Yep.
Must have gone
must have been deflected. A shot, no.
Speaking of deflections, there goes one, and now
this is unbelievable.
BG will break away. We'll see if he tries to keep possession or just clear it. He's got 2 guys down the backside, and he's got the numbers, but loses possession.
Now watch out. Oh, Long was wide open on the wing.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Hantula had his back to it.
Facing the other way. Yeah.
So that'll be a throw-in for Nashua South. It's hard to win, a championship in the game of soccer, because it could be a 1-0 championship game, and specifically to win a back-to-back.
And beat the same
more
team.
Difficult to beat the same team, right? Nice pass in the middle there. They'll look to see if they can get it to the outskirts. They do.
Not only that, let's see here. Something's brewing here, I think.
Yeah, that's going to go out of bounds. What's brewing is another goal kick.
Not only beat the same team, but also beat a team in the semis that had beaten you during the regular season by a couple of goals and also ruined your winning streak. And that was Manchester Central.
Well, motivation, and they face that Central team in a couple of games. They've got a couple of tough ones on the horizon here, Tom. They've got that Hanover team, and they got Manchester Central.
I'll tell you what, they're gonna. Well, they won't enjoy this kind of offensive domination against Hanover. That's not going to happen.
Well, you might see a different type of game.
It'll be a completely different game. Here's a chance.
That play is on sides, and a great reach in and around by Ireland to kind of clear that
ball.
Still loose, though.
Still loose.
That was Ireland that was able to make that play, I think, Tom. Otherwise, that's in the back of the net.
It is. Yep.
And speaking of Ireland, he also, once again, Johnny on the spot clearing it because play was onside, heading for the back post. And this one has an opportunity, but getting there in time is the goalkeeper, as lurking was Steve Long. And unfortunately for the Panthers, Powder got there first.
Simply amazing.
23 minutes, 33 seconds to go in regulation of this one. Locked up at 0. Girton now forcing down the left side. It'll get kicked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Girton. And we'll see how many players they press forward here, Tom, but keep your eye on the back end of things. Still 5 white shirts hanging back here. And if you look at just around the 45-yard line, that is Sommerostro being marked the entire time, even though they don't have the ball.
That's it. You stay with him.
Sommerostro, it's the Panthers don't have the ball, but he's being marked up everywhere. So they are accounting for him no matter what. That ball goes out of bounds, and possession will go to the Panthers.
Not bad. They were trying to angle for the corner.
Yeah.
And they didn't get it. They didn't get the corner call, so no corner kick for Girton. But not a bad strategy there by the Cardinals.
So you can live a little more aggressively because it still means the Panthers have to go the distance.
Mm-hmm.
And they can get there pretty quick, but now, again, just a nice job of recognizing your positions on the field, and the Cards have something going here.
Oh, and there it is.
Shot from the outside and gobbled up there. It was a good look. I thought we were going to get a foul call, nothing, but it looked like, I think from the outside, Tom, it may have been Alex Haight with that shot on goal. Hard to see the number from up here, but Girton with their first shot on goal, if I'm not mistaken, at least.
Yes, their first shot on goal with about 22 and a half minutes left. Here's another chance now. Oh, man. Coming out to make the sliding play is Bowder, and all he's got to do is lose it, and it's going to go the other way.
And Ireland was a pain in the side of Long on that run to the goal. Gobbled up inside and cleared. And now you can see Girton playing with a little more aggression. A little more aggression. Nice crossing pass there. It may have gone off of somebody, as it looked like streaking on the backside was Cormier, and he was unmarked and offsides.
All of a sudden, we're looking to our right for extended time.
Back the other way come the Panthers. At about the 30, good ball control there by Antula. Nice pass on the inside. Shot goes off a couple of Cardinals. Tough sledding there for Sommerostro.
Sommerostro, he's tenacious. Here's a chance right there.
Shot
got it.
Back of the net, and
Long, I believe.
The goalkeeper got a piece of it, Tom, but it wasn't enough as the pressure. And look, they're going to mark up Sommerostro. He's doubled up. That means someone else might be free.
And that was Long, I believe, that was open, number 7.
I think you're right. I think it was Long, number 7. And he's Steve Long has had quite a bit of touches in this one. And now the Panthers finally have something to show for it. We'll see if the mindset changes.
Sommerostro, and they're going to take a water break now.
Yeah,
Sommerostro, and I'm sure Pete has about 5 waters in there for me. No, I'm sorry. So Sommerostro makes that play, okay? Because what does he do? he keeps fighting for the ball. He
Right.
can beat 2 defenders who are right on top of him. He can maneuver the ball around him or fight through him because of his tenacity.
I'll take it a step further.
And then he gets it and finds the open man.
He lost the ball
right
on the possession.
Yes, but he gets it back.
And
He got it back, right.
And that enabled Long to find the back of the net. So it was a great job.
He's just tenacious.
And the other thing, Tom, will point out is that ball is going left to right on the field, and what that does is the shift in players, and Long comes back to the left.
Right, see,
to put it
everybody
in the
moves,
net.
including Bowder, to the left side.
And that's the right thing to do.
And you know, to the left side of the goal, and Bowder, Long just kicks it to his left and right finds that corner.
And that's just understanding the game. That's, you know what that is too, Tom? That's playing together for a number of years in practices and games and championship experience. And we're watching the replay here.
But also, you know what it is? Yeah, right. You know what it is too? What was going on right before that play? Right, a few minutes before that play. What was happening?
Pete was drinking a couple of bottles of cold
exactly.
water.
I know, right.
Oh.
He was doing that while Girton was starting to cheat up a little bit.
Yeah.
And they got caught.
I just watched that replay back, Tom, and I'm sure you'll see it on ETV. Our executive producer, Pete Johnson, doing a fantastic job. Tim O'Neill on the moving pictures. But that ball was stolen away from Sommerostro. There were 2 Cardinals there. He took it back and got it to Long. So you can't sleep on it because he'll make you pay. He'll make you pay.
That's what I'm saying. He can beat 2 or 3 players in a crowd.
20:48 on the dial. Girton to touch it into play. As I like to say, backwards to go forwards here. And we'll see if the game plan changes a little bit. If Girton tries to press it, Ireland tried to kick it into next week, and it was stolen there by the Panthers. And another bid is nobody home there. And you can see, and I think that is the case, Tom, as Bowder is trying to push his guys up.
Yep.
I mean, 1-0 loss is the same as a 4-0 loss. So at this point, why would you not try to force the issue?
Offsides. Oh, wait a minute. No, we got a call on the south.
Yep.
Wow, this will be interesting.
So we'll get a kick here. We'll see how it sets up.
Let's see who's going to take it.
And it looks to be, I think it's number 16, Trenton Cormier, and it is Cormier.
Cormier with a free kick from 35 yards out, the 25-yard line.
Jostling for position there, and a nice header and away.
And makes a mistake there by, maybe not. Let's see. Sounds got to get it out of there.
And again, you can see Girton pressing a little bit more, but they're still marking back here.
But you know what, though? He's got to put that ball on net. He's got a free kick. Put it on net. Get it over there. Put it on net. Try not to be pretty with the one, for the pretty goal with the one player who's being marked by 3 players. Put it on net. Make the goalie make a play.
Huntula's has done some nice work in the middle of the field here tonight, Tom. Finding his open players.
He pounded his head because he didn't have everything to show for it. He was very frustrated out there in the last 10, 15 minutes of the first half when he had a couple of opportunities.
And a lot of times that's just a matter of explaining to your team what your opponent's trying to do to you. Where are all these guys coming from? Well, you know where they're not.
Okay.
Not forcing the issue offensively. And speaking of forcing the issue offensively, there was some Girton players lurking there, but ball comes back. Here's Huntula. Nice job of getting it across the way. Possession. Defender comes from the back. That was Perry. Battling for the ball there. Was Esposito losing it back out of bounds.
You just said it. Battling for the ball. Girton doesn't win many 50-50s.
No, But when they do, they're not content to keep possession. Right. They weren't in the first half. They changed the field position.
They'll push it up. Sommerostro with a little touch pass. Look at that. Nice touch pass.
A little hesitation shot. Nice pass around to the side. Has him beat to the corner. Crossing. Stays low. Deflected wide and punted out of there. South will come away with possession, fired to the outside, and then that one was
Lopez has got a good foot. He scored their only goal against Wyndham earlier or last week.
Yeah, Lopez, you would have thought he would have gone far side with that because goalie was shaded over this way, but you never know. We have an injury on the field. I don't have a number here. Looks like he's grabbing his ankle. Looks like It could be number 17 for Girton. It could be a Jeffrey Zhao. We don't want to speculate, but he's up and walking around. Ireland goes over to check on him.
He'll have to come out of the game since they stopped the clock.
We get, I believe it was number 17, Jeffrey Zhao. Or Zhu. I'm not sure of pronunciation, Tom. I think it's Zhao.
I would say Zhao.
Yeah.
Z-O-U. Friday night, we'll have high school football. Nashua South hosting here their home opener. Good news is they're having their home opener. The bad news is they got to play the defending champion Bedford Bulldogs, who bludgeoned Bishop Girton 40-3 in their opening game at home.
Yeah, that's a team that is loaded.
Friday night, I'll be on the call with the Bedford guys on Friday night here on Nashua ETV.
I'm sure you'll do a terrific job, Tom. How do they like their coffee?
I don't know. I don't know, and I don't ask because I don't want to be put in that position. There's a nice play.
And a little force of the issue there, and a little how do you do moment between the goalkeeper for Nashua South, who has been virtually untouched and unscathed through the evening, but that was Kevin Balaji. So no harm, no foul as the ball comes down into the corner, and now Girton will get the throw-in from deep inside their own territory. And that ball is going to go off of a Cardinal, so now the Panthers are quick to try to retaliate. They'll go backwards first, probably try to reverse it, and they'll do just that. And no one home there. They had something brewing, but a nice play defensively. That ball stays in play, and a nice job there. And a little self-tackle.
Yeah, Lopez slid, tried to get the ball, nudge it through. I don't think he had to do that. I think he could have made the play.
Could have stayed on his feet, yeah.
Yeah, I think he could have made that play. I think he thought he had to do it because he thought the Girton player was coming forward and not backward.
You know, Lopez showing some life in those legs and the leg
he's
going
a good,
here.
I mean, he's a good player. He's you know, they want him to. He's a back, you know, midfielder, backliner who they like to see him move up a lot.
Forcing the issue there, comes back over, and South once again with possession. They lose at that time, but it's been
they're getting the ball to Esposito a lot, number 20. He's had an active game for them. They want to get more players involved, I'm sure. It's not just Somorostro and Long and Hantula.
Well, you know they're going to draw the defenders, so that's going to leave somebody unmarked at times, and you'll take your chances. As that ball comes over the top.
Nice throw-in.
And a great opportunity. It was a terrific throw-in. An over-the-shoulder play, if you will, and Girton keeps possession down around the right corner. Put towards the goal, and it's a rainmaker.
2 shots for the Cardinals.
Now that possession right there was made by James Guidry. He did a nice job. Guidry just a freshman, so kudos to him.
The throw-in is a lost art in this game at the high school level.
Remember, Tom, you ever see on video where they used to put the ball on the ground and flip their body over the top? Somersault throw?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
pretty
cool.
They used to. I watched these kids do it. Not these kids here, but I watched. You go to a South Girton game in the 80s and 90s, that's all they did.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Not a South, but a Nashua Girton game.
Right.
That was the way you did it.
Those were great battles.
I'll tell you what, though, they don't somersault. But, hold on, watch this.
Crosser goes through and it goes backwards and not on goal, but South has to come away from the mouth.
I like the shot on goal.
They're just trying to penetrate as deep as they can, try to hit those flanks.
And Tula was trying to shoot on goal there, and it was blocked. So,
well, he's been primarily a distributor, so maybe he thought he'd get his shot on goal.
Campbell, for 2 years running, 2 different players, and I don't know what they've got this year. Because I think the kid who did it last year was a senior. Hold on.
Oh!
Shot. Excuse me, goal?
That one went in on the short side, and I don't know. At first, I thought it hit the side and then it went under, but that went in near side post, and that's a goal. A mistake there.
Everybody is stunned. I mean, nobody reacted to it.
Yeah, including us
now
up here.
Now they're reacting.
They
as
realize
it's
it's a goal because they're bringing the ball back to midfield.
I don't know who scored it.
I don't either.
If we can see it, it was scored right from around the 10-yard line and put in.
So 2-0 South as Girton now definitely having to force the issue. 13:38 to go in this one. South content to just come back and slow things down, control it, and methodically work their way up the field.
Almost a gift there.
Yeah, I just think that was maybe some miscommunication or a missed play.
I think it was miscommunication on both sides. No one knew what was going on.
South, how quickly they can get. It looks like they're going to be methodical, and then suddenly, boom, they're on the other side of the field. As Esposito, if it was a little closer, may have had a run at it down the left side.
But Campbell's got kids. They've had the last 2 years kids who can use the throw-in as almost like a direct kick into the goal.
Into the goal.
They have long throw-in ability. It was a very big weapon for them.
That's a weapon, right? That's exactly right. It's a weapon. A little hip check there as South able to come away with it. And once again, that was
Esposito trying to make a play and defending him.
Say that freshman Guidry, he's pesky in there for the Girton Cardinals.
He won't let anything get by him if he can help it.
Good for him. And now with a chance, Antula on the left side goes across the middle. Nobody there as Somorostra once again is just marked up by 2 Girton defenders. But that's the offense, and that's what you're looking for.
Yep. 2-0 game now, 12-11 to play. I think the outcome is...
Lopez with the throw-in, finds a streaking player up the middle. That was Esposito. He'll lose control of it and back the other way. Cardinals will clear it. And now they'll attack a little bit, but South handles that pressure and comes away with it.
Oh,
nice move there.
Left foot. No.
Oh.
Whoa. Wow. Good effort.
That was impressive.
That was good effort.
That was impressive there. I think was that Barry Perry? That was Perry, yeah. He was doing all kinds of wizardry.
And he forces a corner kick.
In between the hashes. So yeah, forcing that corner and
a good play by Bowder. Just comes right out and grabs it.
But you set up an opportunity for your team by getting another corner.
Not playing with not stopping to play.
Easy for you to say.
With a 2-goal lead. They're not calling off the dogs more or less.
Well, I mean, you played a match last night. It was a 5-0 loss. It probably took you a half to get into this one, even though you had some opportunities. The ball just wasn't going your way. As Girton with a chance to press here, and there is the aforementioned Guidry that's providing that pressure.
All over the place.
South retreating now. They'll probably reverse field. Nope. Not so fast, my friend. And they are just now, you see the Girton players, that at least 6 of them starting to force the issue, but they still got 4 back at all times. And a spill there, and I think that's going to go on Perry.
It is.
It does.
Go the other way, so Girton will have it. See what Girton can do here.
There's still 10:20 to go here in regulation.
Don't forget, they're hungry for a goal. They haven't scored all year in 3 games. And that's since August 25th when they opened up the season, and we're September 6th. So it's been a little bit of a while.
They've had a couple of opportunities
Almost 2
here,
weeks. Yeah, a couple.
Just unable to put it in the back of the net. They'll get a long chance here as everybody lining up across the 10. That one's cleared in, and just over, I believe it was intended for Liam Collane.
And now Girton's got to run back, so South has a chance to be up on them here.
Well, you got to force the issue because whether they score another goal or not, you're still behind. You got to force it.
Offsides call.
Yeah.
And that's you got. If you're Girton, you got to start to play offense.
Yeah.
So
we have not seen many offsides calls here tonight, and there's been some great passes down the sides for this Nashua South team. Very disciplined.
Yep.
And that's also a matter of Girton knowing when to let somebody run by you as well. We'll take a quick look here at the last goal, Tom, the one that we missed. We're looking on ETV Instant Replay. It came off of us. I still don't know what happened. I think is what you were talking. They rolled it to a South player. He turned and just kind of half-heartedly shot it, and no one stopped it.
No one stopped it. It went right in. Here's a break for Hantula. Now he's got somebody. He's got Esposito on the left side, but no.
Went off the outside of Esposito's foot and out of bounds. I can't stress enough, you always love seeing, every time that ball goes down into the left corner, the first thing my eyes do is I look back to the opposite post to see, is anybody on sides and streaking towards that post. Goal kick will come here, down towards our sideline.
Most goal kicks are usually. Oh, there's a whiff on that play.
Misplay there. Nice slide out of bounds.
Good recovery by Girton to not allow Esposito to get by them.
Well, that could have been all kinds of bad for Girton, and they're fortunate there. So back the other way come the Panthers. This is Perry. Passes it in through the middle. Nobody on that right side, and it'll slowly roll, and Girton will let it go out of bounds, and we'll get the throw-in on the far side. Dangerous one there. They thought they were going to lose possession. They did. 7:40 to go in this one. A 2-0 Nashua South Panther lead. They will face their old arch nemesis Hanover, who is also 3-1 at this point, and things stay the way they are right now. South will move to 4-1. That game will be 6 days from now, if I'm not mistaken.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday. So some time to recover from this heat.
Yeah, and it will. Temperatures will be in the 70s, I think, by then.
We'll probably have a snowstorm by then, knowing our New England weather.
Please. Ooh.
Oh, a little bicycle action there. Goes into the netting. Meanwhile, this Bishop Girton team will be at Pinkerton a week from today, and that will be a Pinkerton team that is also 3-0. So it'll be interesting to see a couple of things in that next game. Will Rayan Hamid be back for the Cardinals? And if not, do they play?
What I heard is he may be out for the month of September.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I heard he's out. But I'll find out. I'll ask Van der Vetter if maybe he'll tell me, maybe he won't.
You have to wonder if they might try to employ the same methodology here, as Girton will come away with possession with 6:30 to go. They'll try to speed things up and force the issue. But still marking Summer Ostro with a couple of players. That one kicked and headed back towards midfield. Hantula coming up with it. He'll work to the right, and they'll try to once again to get that ball down the right flank, and they do. And a nice job by Hantula getting control of it, looking for a cross go out of bounds, potentially off a Girton foot. No. So it's going to be another goal kick. So they're really forcing the issue down that right side, and
yeah, but you know what?
They don't have much to show for it necessarily, but the game plan is solid, and eventually that
the game plan kept things very respectable. But of course, you know what? Tom Bellin had to adjust too.
Right.
So he knew what they were going to do, but it's how his kids reacted to it. So he didn't like how they reacted to it, I believe, in the first half. I'll talk to him after the game and find out. But they definitely look like they're trying a few different things in this half than they didn't do in the first half.
Yeah, they definitely are forcing the issue a little bit more. They seem to be playing a little more poised, maybe a step faster than they were, and a little more focused. And sometimes that's just a wake-up call.
Yeah.
That could be instituted by the coach. That can be instituted by your senior leadership, or just kids in general. Taking a look at that scoreboard and saying, all right, we got to figure this thing out. Trust our defense, force the issue, get the ball on net. And if we keep doing what we're doing, Tom, I got a feeling that the thought was if we keep doing what we're doing, we're going to find the back of the net.
Against some lesser teams, it might work.
So Panthers with control now once again, and possession has been all purple
and
this
I'm talking
afternoon.
about Girton's game plan.
Oh,
Against
right.
some lesser teams, it might work.
Nice slide tackle there. Panthers will get another corner. It'll have to be a long one, and it is. It's starting to turn.
That's the way to do it. Knock it right out.
Yeah, goalie coming out, punching that thing.
Bowder with a good play.
Bowder, aside from that gimme goal there, that weird one, Bowder's had himself a pretty good game here tonight in net.
And I believe he's only a sophomore. I'm not sure. I thought he was a freshman last year when he played goal.
I will tell you, Bowder is a sophomore.
Yeah, exactly. That's good memory, for an old man.
Well, one of those statements is correct. You are old. And that's Tom King, and it appears that he's just thrown his arms up in the air, handed his headset off to Pete Johnson, and heading to get his notebook. Oh, he's coming up here. Okay. I thought maybe I said something that sent him on his way for good. I don't know. Always fun calling a game with Tom King. He knows.
I've been called worse.
Yes, I'm aware. I've probably said some of those names. Yeah. Panthers now. Oh, and here comes an opportunity. And a great tackle there, pushing the ball out of bounds was Ireland, and Huntula had a nice move to get possession and was just out of his reach, and he's stretching his calves down there at around the goal line. So another corner kick for the Purple Panthers. This is, I think it was Sommerostro, and it was. And ball finds its way into the goalkeeper's hands. And is the clock running? What do we got?
The clock is stopped at 5, which it usually does. It always does.
And it does
that,
at 5 minutes. So
5 minutes at the end.
Dangerous play over there.
Yeah. So
probably any extra time. Do we add extra time? Do they do that in the high school, Tom?
Yeah, the ref keeps the time on the field.
He keeps the time on the field.
He might add a little bit extra here.
Yep. So.
And I'm going to head down because I've got to grab these kids over there before they. And given my age, it takes me a while to walk from here all the way over.
Parting is such sweet sorrow, but
exactly.
Once again, Tom King has called a brilliant game. Just ask him.
Yep, exactly. Thanks to everybody, but I'll write a better story.
This is true, and I look forward to reading it in the Nashua Telegraph morning edition coming out on my online Telegraph.
It'll be there. All right, gentlemen, we will see you, and everybody on ETV, we'll talk to you again on Friday night for Friday Night Football.
Great seeing you, Tom. He is Tom King of the Nashua Telegraph, Nashua ETV on the color commentary here. Jason Roby calling the action for you. Dylan get to the chopper now on the moving pictures. Oh, and a nice pass out, and great positioning there by Bowder as a nice shot right on goal, right on line. I think it was maybe Calderon Pacheco. I think it was Geronimo who had the look, but Boughton had him squared up. So back the other way come the Panthers. It is a 2-0 Nashua South advantage. We're inside the last couple of minutes of play here as that ball trickles and goes out of bounds. So I think it was off the foot of Perry. But once again, on that throw-in, the Panthers able to get possession. Nice pass there in the middle, and a good move there was stolen away. And a nice move. Lopez looked like he had an opportunity for it, but it was good quick feet by the Girton defender. Didn't quite catch that number. Once again, South forcing the issue down the right side it goes, and coming deep out of the goal mouth is Bowder to get that one. He'll punt that thing into the night sky. Started off as a pretty hot evening here, and things have cooled down quite significantly, and at least they have in the press box. We, of course, have some air conditioning up here, but the windows are open under the Friday night lights on a Tuesday night. And there you go. What is it? Is it Wednesday already? Gosh, Labor Day's thrown me all off. Happy belated Labor Day, everybody. It is a Wednesday evening. See, Tim, thank goodness you're here. Ball comes over, and that will do it as we get the 3 consecutive whistles from the referee, and that will do it for this one from Stello Stadium. Your final score, Nashua South 2 and Bishop Girton 0. It was a great effort by this Bishop Girton team as the Cards go over to see their goalkeeper and congratulate them on a great effort. Meanwhile, this Nashua South team will move to 4-1. I got some music playing in the background here, so they are singing me off. I don't get to finish my Emmy speech, but that's okay. We'll see you again real soon, everybody. Thanks again for watching. Once again from Stellos, your final score, Nashua South 2 and Bishop Girton 0. Have a great night, everybody.